I'm Derek Anthony Jordan. I'm the owner and chief creative director of EVOL GNUS clothing company. Primarily, I'm an illustrator, visual artist, freelance graphic design, web design, and really just decided to create another outlet for the work that I do. I moved to Zanesville 2 years ago, followed my heart. It brought me here. Had an idea for a shirt. Basically, found a printing company, went in, asked could I get it done, could I trade my illustration skills to get my shirts done. And after about a week or so, they called me and were like, yeah, if you have some time, we'd like you to come in and do some work for us, and we'll see about getting your shirts done. EVOL GNUS itself, it's an acronym. It stands for Educating Vandals on Life, Guarantees New Unique Success. That's like a really slick way of saying if you have knowledge, imagination, and a rebellious attitude, you can pretty much achieve anything you want to. If you think about what an EVOL genius is, realistically, it's someone who is obsessive about achieving their goal. They're so passionate about what they want to do, they garner other people's attention and other people's necessity to achieve something. Like, they take other people's need to achieve and it becomes melded with their own. And to be completely honest, I don't really have one favorite design. I have a design that I like, and then, when I'm done with it, I don't really care about it anymore, you know what I mean? Like, it's in the vault. But if I had to pick a design that really, every time I see it or every time I think about it, it's like, that was the one, it'd be the design that I'm wearing on the hat. It's based on the Biggie lyric, my mind's a 9, my pen's my Mac 10, the target. It was inspirational to me because that says everything that I believe EVOL GNUS represents, the powerful nature of your thoughts, your ideas. In reality though, I'm a father of a 2-year-old. My fiance and I have a 2 and a 4-year-old. So like 99.999% of my time is spent with my family. It's difficult, but it's done. I balance my home life with the operations of a small enterprise. I do freelance illustration and graphic design, so that's probably about 50% of my actual production time. And the other 50% of my production time is all EVOL GNUS. If I'm not conceiving new ideas, I'm developing those ideas, illustrating, or flat out designing. That's why, for real, a lot of the EVOL GNUS designs are limited runs. I only get 2 times a month to print. That's why you'll only see maybe 2 to 3 dozen. I haven't really had a necessity to go 6 dozen yet. But when I do hit that 6 dozen, hopefully I'll stop doing 2 prints a month. But right now, I only have time to print twice a month. So as far as the way things are run, because it's a solo venture, everything starts and stops with me. So far, the best part of running my own independent clothing line, clothing company, it's been the appeal. Like, seeing that something that I spent, a couple of days on, kind of, stressing myself out because I didn't think it was good enough or I didn't think it would be received well. Seeing that it appeals to people who have no idea who I am, no idea where I come from, no idea what it is an EVOL GNUS does or is, to see young people kind of bite on what it is that EVOL GNUS is. Like, when they bite, it's like, that's love, you know what I mean? Like, they say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, and I have to agree. Everything is hand printed. I don't know exactly how many hand printed independent clothing lines there are. I know that there are a few. I know of a few, but the majority of up-and-coming clothing lines, they allow other commercial companies to do their printing, so it's all automatic press, and that's awesome. That's awesome, especially if you're doing volume. I'm not talking down on using commercial printing services. But I've had printing experience. I've had screen printing experience. I used to work with a company in DC when I was like 16, 17. So from that experience, I have a knowledge of the process, and so I like the print. I like to be able to take it from the computer screen to the silk screen. Like, it's awesome. And so I don't know exactly how many clothing lines out there are hand printed, but EVOL GNUS is hand printed. All our finishing touches are handcrafted. I want to move out of rebranding and actually into the cut and sew arena, where we either hand make everything in our own workshop, or we develop a prototype and outsource it out to be manufactured. It would definitely be where I would like to go. So as far as changing things, that's the biggest change I'd want to make, is developing a cut and sew line, or getting into the cut and sew arena. This summer 2012, EVOL GNUS did launch the Kill It Daily campaign, featuring Zanesville's own Aaron Dillon. EVOL GNUS kind of evolved around the community that I found here, which I was initiated into via the concessions vendor. So it's only natural that, being that that's where it started, that's who we would stick with. That's who I would stick with. Like, I'm all about family ties, bonds. And I met Aaron way back. I know Aaron, Templin, Ashton Young. Like, it's a bunch of cats down here that really do it, and do it well. I was fortunate enough to have Aaron agree to work with EVOL GNUS, and right now we're working on like a sponsorship deal. It's something slight. He actually took first in this year's trick contest, which was kind of nice. There are photos of that on the website. My name is Derek Anthony Jordan, and this is EVOL GNUS. The same thing 6 times, it becomes so worthless. You know what I mean? Where if you capture lightning in a bottle, it just becomes the artifact. It becomes the holy grail.